People often use this statement, I will wait until I get there and then I will do it. So this is about procrastination. But if you are not doing the thing you say you want to do, how do you know if you want to do it? How do you know if you have the passion for the thing you want to do? How do you know you will even be good at it? What are your records of successes and failures in the thing you say you want to do? And so that's one of the things that we always, 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 always do. We want to wait for perfect conditions. But I was talking to students. I do this sort of introduction thing um, at the beginning of the semester where I have the students go around and give me their name, their major, and their transfer institution, and what have they done to prepare to date for transition, right? Even if it's their first semester, I still want them to run through that list of things, so it gives you some insight into what you should be thinking about. And some students will say, well, I don't have a major just yet. And you take into consideration that they might have just started the institution. That course, it's their first course. But eventually, I make this point, eventually they're going to have to come up with a major within at least the next year, academic year, because the workforce is becoming extremely specialized. And it's specialized, especially with technology. And so if your first to 2 years at the community college level could run just like that with the snap of a finger, and you'll find yourself at the university level still not knowing what it is you want to do. And so one time before, in one class, I think 2015, I asked a student who said she was a math student, and I said, so what level of math are you working at, or whatever? And she told me the level, and I said, okay, so are you practicing math on your own? And she said no. And you know, you do not always want students to get ahead of themselves, but how do you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that math is the thing you want to do, right? Because you shouldn't necessarily wait until you get to the course to begin practicing with math. So if you're very good already at algebra or trigonometry or geometry, I would encourage students to go to a local independent bookstore, go to the math section, and pull out the calculus book and see if you can work out those problems. Because that keeps your interest, that tells you ahead what to expect, and it increases your passion. You may not know how to work out the problems. It may look like a foreign language to you, but at least you know what to look for going forward. When I talk to the students about accounting, students, I said, one student who says, okay, her major is accounting. And the first question I ask that student, so do you have a love for the numbers? And everyone in the room looks at me strangely when I ask that question, because the reason why I ask that question is accounting is not about just the high pay and being an accountant. Accounting is about numbers and looking at numbers all day, every day. You will hold up in your office and you are looking at numbers all day, every day. And if you get to 12 noon on an 8:30 to 5 o'clock shift saying that I'm tired of looking at these numbers, that's not the field for you, because that's what it requires. So then you don't need to necessarily wait until you get there. Sometimes going and go get an accounting book, some little practice book, and seeing if you can understand the concepts should validate that, oh, okay, this is what I should be doing, right? And sometimes, again, you may not get that understanding until you are deep in it. You know, I liked accounting. I thought it was very interesting, but I don't have the patience for it. I can read a financial statement. I can perform some actions on a financial statement, but I don't have the patience to be an accountant, and I don't have the passion for it. I'm an English teacher, and that's my passion. So there's something that you want to think about, because it's not necessarily you getting ahead of yourself. It's just trying to research and see what is ahead of you.